there were no banquets or anything, and I think about in my 5th year in it wasn't the doctor's lounge, but it was the doctor's dining room down by the cafeteria at the old hospital. They put together a dinner, and that was really special. It was very nice, and it was for people that got their first awards. So that was nice.
Remember the fruit baskets? We used to get fruit baskets.
Oh, the fruit baskets, yeah, and the ham.
And I didn't get a ham. I got
we would have to put the ham outside because sometimes when we received it, it was so warm that we would put it out on the ledge of the windows. So it would.
Things have changed.
We've come a long way, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did y'all work here during the time, any time that you could not come up here on your day off, unless if you had someone in the hospital but you couldn't wear jeans? Because jeans was not allowed whether you was on duty or off.
Right.
No, I just remember the time that I came to work with burgundy hair, and they said that was unprofessional. So I had to go home and color my hair again and come back. And when I started working, I think I was there about a week, and they asked me to go in and do vital signs. Well, I had just finished my class. I was a nursing assistant. I had my own name tag, and I had my own pen that I earned. And I went in to do the vital signs on the patients. Well, I did vital signs on this. I pumped the blood pressure pump up. It went back down. I pumped it up again. It went back down. So I turned the light on, and Eddie K. Man said, "Yes." And I said, "I'm sorry, but I can't get this blood pressure to work." She said, "Stick your head out the door." So I went back and I stuck my head out the door, and she said, "Come here." And I went down the hall, and she said, "You can't get anything on that patient. We're waiting on the funeral home." Oh my God. That was it. I was done with that job. I mean, they just said do everybody's vital signs. They didn't tell me something had already happened.
They didn't tell you didn't take the dead people, huh?
That was an experience. See, I still remember that one.
That's right. And see, I can remember when I first started, I was always scared of dead people. So I don't understand how I come to work at a hospital, okay? I was scared of dead people. First time I was on the elevator by myself, and they pulled that dead body on the elevator with me. Oh my God. I said, "Just a minute, let me off." And I mean, that was it. I didn't even want to get back on the elevator no more.
I'll walk.
That's what I did. Okay. For a while, I walked.
Sister Warner used to, you know, like I said, would hire some of these indigents that would come in there. And she had one in particular that she used in the grounds. I'm not going to mention any names, but I know Nancy knows who it is. I'm sure Mary does too.
Yes, I remember.
And this guy seemed to have a propensity of when the weather got very hot, that's when he'd go off the wagon. And so one time he had a particularly acute episode and wound up in the hospital. So you know who was doing the grounds while he's in the hospital. I'm out there mowing the grass, and and it's 100 degrees out there, and it's just killing me because basically I worked indoors most of the time. But I'm out there mowing the grass, and I look up, and there he is in the window, waving to me.
He was being respectful.
He waited until the hottest day was.
I waved back.
I bet you did.
How did you wave back?
I didn't take the whole hand.
Maybe a Hawaiian good luck thing.
Brings to mind the time, I don't know how many of you worked at the hospital at this particular time. Dr. Hoyt, do y'all remember him?
Yeah.
Well, he was always pulling jokes or doing something, and he went to ER and picked up the mic that we had to make announcement, and he said, attention all, this is God speaking. And people ran out of that hospital, doors were flying, and he did not know it was on, the mic was on.
Oh my goodness.
You didn't know
Speaking of him, do you remember what he wrote in the chart on a progress note one time? The initials.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I had even
GOK?
forgotten about.
GOK. I mean, they racked their brains and racked their brains and racked their brains. What in the world did he mean in this progress note? GOP, GOK, and finally, somebody got up enough nerve because he was kind of a wiry little dude. Somebody got up enough nerve to ask him what it was. God only knows.
So that one was full for Joint Commission.
Yes.
I remember when the Joint Commission questioned us about
right.
this is not in
right.
your abbreviation list, and we said no, and I don't think it probably will be either.
Ought to be.
Yeah.
And the bank robber over from the Regions or the ABT
Yeah,
bank.
robbed the ABT and was pushing that bike up the hill. Yeah, he's pushing it at a dead run. That's why he got my attention. I'm going like, what is he doing pushing a bicycle at a dead run uphill?
He stops at the apartment house, which is abandoned across the street, goes to the parking area below and finds a piece of plywood and throws the bike underneath a piece of plywood. I'm saying, man, that dude just stole some kid's bike. And it really ticked me off. So he runs on up Cedar Street. So me and my sense of justice, I'm going to fix that guy. So I go over there and grab that bike, and I carry it into the upper rafters of that apartment building, and I hang it from up there so I can see it because I'm working on the upper parking lot up there.
Next thing I know, all these cops are around, and they're going like, did you see a guy on a bicycle? I said, saw a guy pushing a bicycle.
Yeah.
He's going like, where'd he go? And I said, he went in that house up there. So they come back and said, well, where's the bicycle? Well, it's hanging from those rafters in that apartment building down there. And he's going like, did he put it there? Well, no, I put it there. He's going like, why? And I said, I thought he stole the bicycle. Well, apparently the money from the bank robbery was still in the backpack that was attached to the bicycle.
Oh my! And his handprints on.
Yeah, my handprints on it, But I started asking for a reward for catching a bank robber, so they just let me alone,
No reward. Y'all remember the time when we had 7 Pine, 7 Front, and then the psych area? The little guy got through the window. I don't know how this man got through the window. Fell from the 7th floor. No. Past the emergency room. Well, he jumped is what he did. Jump out the window. I don't know if we didn't have air conditioning or what it was, but the window was cracked where I worked at back in the computer room. And all of a sudden I heard something go kaplunk. And I turned around and looked, and there was this man laying in the bushes. And here comes Sister with that thing flying in the back. And that cart and that dog. She said,
Dog to the rescue.
you gonna pay for that bush?
You may have fell on it, but
She
you
never
ran for
asked
it.
him was he okay. She told him he was gonna pay for that bush.
She knew how much she gave for it too, so he was.
He didn't break a bone in his body.
Didn't break
No.
a bone in his body.
And he had to
said
go
if
right back to side.